Okay, ta-da! It's Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and this is day 31. This desk calendar, did not have a 31, so we have a blank one that we're using for 31. But it's the last day of August 2024, and so it's the last day of our challenge of hashtag Play Your Hand. Isn't that exciting? We've made it to the end. And today we are doing Kids Art Page Project, Animals on Cardstock. So I have some cardstock. Our page originally looked like this. They're construction paper, and there's a variety of animals, kind of like our house project. And it came in 5 colors. I have already cut them out, so they're ready to go. And we will see what we can do with those. But first of all, I thought because the animals are fairly large, I would make some 5x7 cardstock journal cards. So some big ones. So I'm just going to take this 5x7 one that's white, and we'll do some, instead of bright colors, I picked very neutral to go with our bright colors. Hope all of you are doing great today. I may have a disturbance near the end of this because my dog has been gone all day, and he's going to come home and seek me out. Hopefully he won't be too noisy. But that's just what our furry friends do. Our loyal friends. Okay, I'm lining this up in the corner and just tracing this with my pencil. And I'm gonna make 5 of these. We'll make 2 of these first colors, which are a little lighter. This isn't perfectly lined up. No one will ever know, but we'll do our best. So we have a beige and a brown, and then this darker, sort of a charcoal color. It's not exactly what I would think of charcoal, but it's close. It's sort of a browny charcoal, maybe. I don't know. That's how it seems to me. We'll just do 1 of these. So we'll have our 5 cards. So we'll put this one aside. We'll cut these out quickly. Still have glue on our scissors from yesterday's project. We have like a tape on there. That's why it's so sticky. You get a pencil like this, sometimes you have to do it at an angle to get the light to shine off on your pencil, which is not actually lead, although they used to be lead. This is graphite, I believe, that they use for pencils now. I don't know whether you guys are electronic, computer, mostly people. I think probably junk journal people, it's a little crooked, but oh well, are also paper and pencil kind of people, or paper and pen. I know I am. I would prefer using paper and pencil, but maybe I'm just old school. It's just easier for me. And I don't feel bad, you know, killing a tree or whatever to make paper, because I sometimes buy recycled paper, but oops, we're off here a little bit. But I certainly recycle my paper. First recycling is to art. If I have blank spaces on it, I might write on it again, or just put it on the back of a card. Maybe it's just part of my paper that's blank. I save bits like this that I can reuse. If it's already written on one side and I'm done with it, then I might take it out and use it in my painty paper area and paint that side. And then the blank side can be for writing in the journal. If it's written on or printed on or something on two sides, then I might paint both of the sides, or just use the one painted side and have it sticking up and glue it onto a card, or use it for collage or something like that. And if I'm not using it for that, then I shred it and I make compost. So I definitely reuse my paper, and I don't think it goes to waste. Okay, we have 5 of these cards. We will ink Distress around them with our Distress Oxide Vintage Photo, but not quite yet at this moment. And I will round the corners. But first of all, let's dig into our animals and see what we find. See if we can spread our cards out a little bit. Hopefully you can see those. Let me take a peek to see. You can see most of it. These ones blend into my table a bit. So we have different colors. We have an alligator. We have an elephant. We have a lion. And let's see. Here's another alligator. We have a snake. We also have this alligator. We have another one of those in a different color. We have these all in 5 different colors, so we can decide which we would like. See if we're getting all the different animals. Since we have that one in that color, we'll skip that for right now. We have this one. We have hippopotamus. We have this one. Here's another hippo. And we have that already. We have an owl. Some other colors of snakes. We have a little monkey. There's another elephant. Another hippo. We can't use all these today just on 5 cards, but we can have some choices. Let's see, we got that color of elephant. Here's another monkey. We have that one. There we go. We have all the crocodiles that we need. We got all of those. There's this one. There's another hippo. We have some more owls, snakes down here at the bottom. Oops. I think because they're quite large, we probably won't use them on this project right now. So I'm going to set this aside, and don't know why, but I really kind of like to do the hippo. So I'm going to set this aside and bring this one down. And we can say, would we like several hippos? Do they want a little bit of water? Kind of like those 3 colors. We don't have to put them all on one, but I kind of like the 3. What do we have for blue scraps? Let's see. I don't know how big these will be. We have this blue purple one. Might be better because it doesn't blend in as much with the blue hippo. Or we could just put a little bit of this in the background. Maybe that would be good. Just use some of those. So our hippos mostly go through the front, the middle here. So let's see. Maybe put this one down near the bottom. I am going to be doing some wild animal journals, and these cards will probably go with those kits, because I'm not going to actually do the journal. I'm going to let other people do the journal. Let's see, maybe a little bit of this along the edge. Put this down here in this corner since it's a corner. Now some up here. What would we like up here? We could just tear this and stick it through here. And then a little bit up at this other corner. Oops. Like that. Okay. And then we'll just stress around our hippos. I didn't cut these exactly to the edges. I left a little border, which gives us something to distress and maintains the lines that go around. These are cute little animals for kids to make little scenes, but I'm recycling them into our journals. So this one can be down here. This darker blue can be in the middle. Nice to use up these little scraps for something as well. This one is a little dark to write on. This one isn't too bad. So we might add something to the back of that one, although you could write on it, just not really easily with a black pen. And put this guy in here. These look like such cute, happy little hippos. If there's anyone watching who has their own YouTube channel, if they'd like to share that in the comments. Perhaps anyone would like to see yours as well, especially if it's a creative art, junk journal, collage, hand sewing, recycling, using it up, and similar type subject matter. I think this one needs a little bit less below his tail. There we go. Okay, him in here. I think we'll go with that. Keep this one over here for a possibility. So we want to put our orange one down first, so it's in the background. So probably about here. Cute little eyelashes. And our blue one. This one will be down here. And this one. I don't like it when just a little bit sticks out, even though we're kind of losing that end of the blue. It just kind of doesn't look right to me. It just doesn't look purposeful to have that there. Okay, get our yellow one. Put this cute little one down here. Should we do for our rounding? Should we give them nice big corners? Okay, go around the edge. Guy's tail is over the edge slightly. We could put some words on here. We could put a flower or a little butterfly. Let's see what we come up with. I'm not sure how much this will show up on this brown. I'm sure you can write on this brown. This is a little over the edge. Whoops. There we go. Edge. Okay, so we have this one. Kind of noticing this little flower. I think that might be cute there. Kind of gives it a little pop. I could put a label across here, or maybe we want to put a flower at that corner. Could always put a word here or here. I think here that would be good for a word. Like if you had something that went down like this. We'll see what we come up with. I really liked these flowers from the scrapbook. I've been cutting them out for a while, periodically, and using them up periodically. I do like the look of them. To find something else similar. So there's one. That's really cute. Like I said, a label would be nice right there. Let's see. we do these guys, I don't think we want this many. Maybe we'll go across here. Maybe have a paper to go across there. Let's see, I have kind of a yellow one. Maybe not use the yellow guy here. Skip him. And maybe skip the blue on this one. Do these colors all look good? And it's kind of nice that the road gets wider, so maybe I'll just leave it like this. And figure out where this goes. And over to here. And then kind of down there, and we'll fill in where we need to. Go from corner to corner. You didn't quite get all the way out here, but that's okay. We'll just come back in, get the edge. Get all these edges. I think we did. So now let's straighten this up. And I'm not going to put 3 on each one, but the 3 hippos were good, and this might be 3 as well. And I won't be using all the animals for this project. So some of the other pieces will probably be on smaller cards. Okay, we have, we need the green one in between to break that up. Let's cut the rest of this out in here. Freeze the tail up. This construction paper just cuts like butter. It's so easy to cut. But it also is easy to tear, so you have to be careful. I know a lot of artists probably don't use construction paper, and it's not really my paper of choice necessarily, although I do kind of like it in collages. Partly because it tears so nicely. But if I'm doing use it up from around my house, then construction paper is one thing that I will be using, because I have years of teaching and having kids I worked with, from my own to others. So I have extra supplies of things that they would have been using, including construction paper. And while you can donate it somewhere, sometimes it's hard to find where to best donate it, where somebody can use it. But I can also use it in my art. I also have used scraps like this, chopped up when I make handmade paper. So they're actually good to save for that, but I have a lot of scraps right now, so I'm not going to. But one of these days, we're going to make a batch of handmade paper and make use of it, because I have a whole bunch of supplies to do that on hand, and we're going to use them up. Do you have things that you have around your place that you need to be using up? or sharing with someone else. If you need an idea for something, let me know. I love to come up with new ideas. That's kind of one of my specialties, is thinking up new ideas. I often wish that I had a crew of people to work with me to make use of all my ideas. And don't think I think all my ideas are just stupendous, wonderful, the best thing ever, because they may not even work, but a lot of them do. And I just have fun coming up with ideas and trying things. I'm going to do a series of coloring paper to add some color to it to use for signature pages and other things. And some of that will be experimenting as well. Okay, well, they kind of laid down running around like this, and I kind of like them scattered around. We could put a snake down here, or a bush, or something. What do we have left in our flowers? I'm kind of avoiding snakes per se. Not everybody wants snakes. We could do some flowers like that. That's kind of nice. So let's put this one on, our red lion. And I haven't distressed around these, but oops, I will around the card. Okay, put this one up in this other corner, and then we'll adjust where the green one is. So this one's up here. I think I hear my dog coming. Yep. Hi. How are you? How's my puppy? He always has to find me if he's been gone all day. I loan him out to my husband occasionally. Okay, now this would be better if this was under, oops, this guy's head a little bit. Maybe, well, whoops, get your tail down. He's kind of lined up with this one, but I'm not sure how to not do that. Whoops. Okay, let's see if this is in the corner. Put that one there. And this one here. This one missed a little on that petal. And then we have this one in this corner. So there we have a pride of lions marching along sort of a path. And some flowers. And we'll round these corners. And then we'll distress the edges. So next we have elephants and little monkeys and alligators. And our wild animal jungle theme. This one needs his ear down a little bit. These could go all in the same journey, but I said it again. Journal, but I don't plan on doing that. They'll probably go in different kits. Kind of share them around. So somebody might get lions, someone hippos, and someone elephants or alligators or monkeys or something else. Okay, these ones, so we've used orange twice and the other two colors once, so let's not have orange. I don't like the yellow as well on this paper, so we'll go like this. Give this a little bit more of a fussy cut. I wonder what the elephants need for a background. I think they like to have water. They also like to have greenery. Trees. Maybe I have some painted paper that would be good to go with these. We don't have to do the same for each one because, like I said, they're not going to all go in the same journal, most likely. Because we'll spread them around. And we don't even have to do 3, although these big cards seem to work good with 3. So maybe we'll stick with 3 because a 3 is a nice number. It's a pleasing to the eye number. I don't always fussy cut these out completely because it makes them a little more fragile. Although it's nice to have them already fussy cut when you're going to go to use them. So sometimes I try to finish the fussy cut before I start the video to save some time. And I thought these were done, but I didn't look closely enough. But they do cut out pretty easily. Okay, one more guy here. So these big cards, the 5x7, they're going to mostly cover a page. And they can go in a belly band or they could go in a side tuck. And the belly band could go across top to bottom, and the belly band could also go side to side. And they could just be paper clipped to a page, or they could have a big pocket to go in because they're big cards. But they pretty much fill up the entire page, and we'll see that when we're done here. I'll try them out on a page so you can see how that might look. Okay, there's the last of this one. I'm gonna have to take my trash out soon because it's getting awfully full. Let's see if I can find a suitable paper. Also for the alligators, we have some blue. We have this color, which might be nice for the elephants. While I'm up here rummaging, maybe I'll see if I can find a green. Well, just a solid green. Might be nice for the monkeys, though. I'll just pull it down while I'm here. So this might be nice for the monkeys. We'll save the blue for the alligators. And we'll maybe have this one too. Okay, I think we'll put this with the elephants. Do we want to just cover the entire card? Or do we want to make it just part way? Let's see. What do we think? I think it kind of gives some dramatic movement if we don't cover the whole thing. So I'll just kind of tear it up here. Get up far enough to get off the edge. We have this extra white here, which we can distress that. So like this. And then maybe kind of some wiggly shape. Get this edge distressed. Have some writing that shows through. I think it goes this way. Looks like it might be in a foreign language. Could use some of our little punched leaf thingies too. So let's see, probably not going to go up that high. We'll start down here. Oh, this is a kid's activity sheet. This is one of those ones that's printed on both sides, but I've only painted one side. It's talking about empires and things, so it must be a history paper. Okay. What we could do with this is over here to our writing side. We could just wrap that around, give it a little interest on the back side, although I didn't work really hard at getting glue on that, so I need to go back and glue it. So that kind of adds a little interest. We can round our corners. Okay. We can distress the edges of our elephants. See how they would like to march along this path or whatever it is. This tail is fragile. I need to be careful. Sometimes when we hurry, we get a little careless with our little critters. I don't want to hurt them. Okay. This fragile spot here by the tail. I think sometimes a little distressing that extra that gets on is just our elephant friend has been playing in the mud. think we'll put him up there. I don't know why, it just seemed like the thing to do. Okay. There's that one. Could put a little pink flower down here to offset our red elephant. We could have them marching at an angle down the path. Maybe stick this one this way a little bit. That's kind of cute, like they're coming down the path. So this guy needs to go in the back. Tip him down a little bit. He's kind of off the path. Losing a bunch of his tail and things, but I think that can't be helped. Not if we're going to put them at an angle. So let's see, if this guy is down here and this guy put him like that. Put this one here. Make him just at a slight angle. He almost looks like he's walking on steps down here. Sometimes they have steps out in the jungle area where there used to be some kind of ancient structure or building, and maybe that's where he is. Okay, sorry that you get a little amputation. Hopefully that didn't hurt. Heal myself out of here. This is coming up a little bit on the edge. Make sure we get that down. I think I will put a little, well, I don't know. Maybe going to put a little leaf thing around, but I kind of like it just plain. I actually have an idea what I might do with this one and the last one. I think I'm just gonna sort of just stress the background a little bit like that, and I'm going to do that to this one too. One thing is, so it's not so plain, but also it just gives it a little more texture, because you hit it and it gets a little uneven. There. Okay. Now we have our alligators. Let's put them, we'll have like a little waterfall coming down to a pond. It will fit on our card. Put this way over here. Not quite that way. I'm going to have some edge. they're a little bit bigger. Like that. Hope this works for our alligators. We'll put these purple flowers over here. Been trying to find a place for them. They go this way. And then we'll put the water down. And hopefully, I didn't test it, but hopefully our alligators can fit. Oops. Put this way over to this side. And our waterfall. We need to take off a little bit so we can see our purple flowers peeking out. Oops. Actually, some wrinkles in there would make it look more like a waterfall. We have this little extra piece for another day, but it's got a lot of glue on it. Okay, let's trim this up. Come on, line up the scissors. My dog is letting us know what he wants. Hopefully my husband will figure it out so he won't keep talking loudly. Okay, so let's do a yellow alligator right there. And I'm only going to do his lower half so I can tuck something under him if I want, but put him where I want him. He's happy because he's, oops, I didn't want that to stick yet. He's down by the flowers and in the middle of the pool. And let's see, we have 2 reds, 2 oranges, 2 blues, 1 yellow, but we now have another yellow. So we have 2 of everything, so let's see what we would like. Well, we're gonna have orange and a monkey. So maybe we'll put that one away. Maybe we'll just do 2 alligators. We can do maybe something else up higher, like a butterfly. Oops, I think I wanted to stick this guy slightly behind. At least his foot or something, so he's connected in some way. I think they look nicer if they overlap. Okay, so something up here. See if I have a butterfly handy. While we're waiting, we'll just dress the edges. Nice snickerdoodle. I'll be done soon. Yeah. Why don't you go ask Dad for some dinner? A palm tree back there isn't bad. I don't know, do our alligators have palm trees? I guess they live in Florida for one place. So there's palm trees there. Don't think I have a palm tree handy though. Let's see. have some butterflies in this one. We have this one with green. We have this one like that, which might be nice because it's similar to the magazine part down here, and then later a label can go through there. The other option is that I have handy is this orange one up here. I just like that because it's similar to the newspaper one down here. You'll be surprised when I get those labels and words that I've been yakking on about for a while. The paper avalanche coming. Move that quick before we have one. Okay, did I go around this edge? I think I did. I'm gonna need to punch this corner again. Now this is kind of light for writing on. Do I have, could just do newsprint. Maybe just something kind of random on the back. That might be fun. So, whoops, let's put some glue on this. And we still see the dark cardstock, but we also have a lighter surface to write on. I'd try to wash that off, but it would really get stickier right now, because that's what happens when you get it wet. It activates it, and you need to give it a little bit of time and then wash it off. Give it a little something. Trim this up and then do the edge. I don't know about you, but I think these little animals are kind of cute. They may not be everybody's style, but I'm sure they're somebody's, and they will like them in their journal. Okay. These edges. There, so we got a little bit more writing room. So that's 4. So here's our 5th one. And we have some mushrooms. The monkeys could be sitting with the mushrooms. We have another color of owl that could sit up at the top. I think the owls and the snakes will be for another day. We have a snake. So let's cut these just a little bit more. So we can let the background show through. And these cute little here top knots. tails, and they're sitting here munching their bananas. There we go. And, well, it could come down in here between the ear, head, and tail. And take a little bit more off. Sometimes you need to go back the other way to be able to see what you're doing. So get this one in between here. Move this out of the way to see the ear. Oops. Got a little close to his head. So I'm hurrying. Try not to make this last too long. My goal was always to make these be like 20 or 30 minutes, but it seems like they're closer to an hour. But you can't always go fast forward if you don't want to listen to me, or if I'm talking too slowly or not talking enough. You can fast forward your way through, or put, like 1.5. I've even gone 2 times the speed on some of them. And I apologize if I'm really quiet. I'm trying not to be quite so quiet anymore. Okay, let's take this off here and go around. I thought about taking more of the newspaper off, but kind of like the extra around here. Somebody might tell me, well, the monkeys aren't where mushrooms are, but I don't know. Are they? There's different kinds of monkeys and different mushrooms that grow in different parts of the world. Whoops, this guy got a little dirt on his face. It's hard to get in these little spaces, especially when you're trying to hurry. Okay. I know this isn't white around the edge, but it's just plain orange like the monkey itself. In this case, it's orange. And by going around the edge, you kind of make the monkey different than the part around the monkey. So it makes him stand out a little more. Okay, so let's put... I still had some paper I was going to use. Maybe this one. Let's see. Make sort of a tree. Monkeys like trees. How far up do we have to go? That's plenty. Okay. So we have sort of a tree in the background here, and I think we need to distress its edges, especially these white edges. So this form shows through a little bit, and our painted paper, painted a part of the paper is over the top of the form, but I've torn it in such a way that you can't really read it. So we don't have to worry about what it is. Actually was a t-shirt order for a group. Nothing really that top secret or even all that interesting, really. But it's another piece of paper that didn't go to the landfill. That's a little white in there, so I'm gonna give it a little more. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go all the way on. Well, we're gonna have the mushrooms, so actually we could come up a little bit. I think that would be better. So maybe just go across here. Look out, little monkey. And our mushrooms stick up quite a ways. I'll put this sort of in the middle. Fingers of our tree that sticks up. I guess I should have just went ahead and glued this down so I'm not tearing it off. Oops. Okay, so a tree. We could have a monkey up in the tree. Although his branch is a little too high. Could have had a branch come down lower, then we could have done that. Oops. Need to get this little piece off. Well, let's see. We'll glue this, but we'll not glue the complete top. Because I want to tuck the monkeys in a little bit. Put this edge over the bottom. And then we'll put our monkeys on. I'll put this green one over here where we have more of our brown background. And actually, maybe he needs to just sit on this mushroom. In which case we should have glued that down. And then this guy should have a light flashing down below. Excuse me 1 second while I plug in my phone, just in case it's a warning somehow to me that my phone's gonna die. Doesn't wanna, there, go in, there we go. We don't want that, we've done that before and lost video. Now this guy could sit up on the mushrooms as well. There we go. Glue this end of the mushrooms down. We can later put a butterfly or a bird or a label or something up in this corner. When you go to do the journal, you can figure out what is the thing that's best to put there to make it go with the journal, especially if you're wanting to adjust the color a little bit, maybe to better fit the other things in the journal. And sometimes that's a good time to choose something of color like a bird or a butterfly or additional flowers or a sun in the sky or whatever it is that you might want to do to add some additional color. Okay. And we'll distress this one. Maybe a little extra down here to help blend that into the bottom. It doesn't show a lot on this brown. Like barely at all, so I'm not sure that I'm even going to do the back. Can always do it later, or even add another paper on the back. Okay, so we'll cover this up and set it aside, and we'll look at, ta-da, the end of our month. Okay, this has been our last of the month journal card from our calendar, desk calendar thing. This is day 31, but we didn't have a 31. Here's our card that we just finished with the monkeys and the tree and the mushrooms. And it's just plain on the back. Here's our one with the alligators and the two pictures from newspaper, I think they both are, plus some painted paper. And it's got some distressed paper on the back so it's easier to write on. Here's our one with our lions and some flowers and a little scrapbook paper path. Here's one with our elephants going down a path and a little flower. And we've wrapped around this piece from the front. And here's our hippopotamuses with a couple flowers and some splashes of water. And it's just plain on the front. So this is Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and this is our kids art page project with animals. We have big 5x7 journal cards, and there's our last hand of cards for August 2024. But please check back because there will be more things coming in September. Look forward to seeing you. Thanks for joining me. It's Peggy from the Pearl Forest.